I didn't forget. I just forgot I had the shirt.
Responders, APD Chief Darren Shearbaum and Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens were among the city leaders in attendance.
The events of September 11th reminded all of us the critical role of our public safety professionals and the role that they play in our cities and across our nation. As mayor of this great city, I am proud to serve alongside the selfless women and men of our public safety divisions.
Coming up, we'll have a closer look at more 9/11 remembrances across our area and around the country.
On TV, I saw the second plane hit the World Trade Center live. And I knew in that second that was not an accident and that my Navy career was going to be different. The rest of my time in service in uniform was going to be radically different.
How much safer is the United States today than it was on September 11th?
Oh, much safer, much safer. Look, I don't want to sound Pollyannish. It's not like there aren't terrorist networks out there. It's not like there aren't still people that wish us harm. But the threats and challenges that the United States is facing are different now than they were on 9/11.
Kirby says as the nation marks the 22nd anniversary of the September 11th terror attacks, it's time to think about the lives lost and their surviving families.
This is another opportunity, an important opportunity to recognize the lives lost on that horrible, horrible day and the families that are still hurting and still broken because of the loss of those loved ones in New York and in Pennsylvania and at the Pentagon.
At 8:45 a.m. when a passenger plane flew into One World Trade Center.
At 9:43 a.m., a third passenger jet crashed into the Pentagon. 184 people were killed.
A fourth plane crashed into a remote field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Authorities say United Flight 93 was headed toward the U.S. Capitol when a group of passengers fought back and brought the plane down, killing everyone on board.
This is a live look at New York City tonight, where millions of people spent the day reflecting on the lives of those who were killed. The survivors and family members of the victims still live with the aftermath of the attack decades later. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us tonight for News.
Exhibit at the CDC that opened at its museum today, displaying the long-lasting physical and mental health effects. It's a story all new at 10. We do want to warn you, some of you may find the story difficult to watch.
Nearly 80,000 Americans live with the physical and mental health effects of 9/11. They suffer with ailments from lung disease to PTSD. Nearly 900 of them live right here in Georgia.
My life changed completely on September 11th.
The Twin Towers are gone. The smoke and dust cleared. But Anthony Gardner still lives with the fallout of that infamous day, 9/11.
My brother Harvey Joseph Gardner III was killed at the World Trade Center on September 11th.
His brother Harvey was trapped on the 83rd floor of the North Tower. His family talked to Harvey on the phone in the moments before he was killed.
And we heard him comforting coworkers. They were trying to figure a way out of their offices.
His family desperately tried to find Harvey in the days and weeks that followed. They had to come to terms. Harvey was gone.
To this day, Harvey is one of the 40% of the victims who's never been identified.
Gardner is one of thousands of family members still feeling the physical and mental health effects 22 years later.
9/11 health effects are still being impacting people's lives.
Gardner is also a public affairs specialist with the CDC's World Trade Center Health Program. The agency opened an exhibit Monday at its David J. Center Museum, detailing the ailments survivors and victims' family members still live with.
Responders and survivors need to know about the program. They need to know about the benefits available to them.
The exhibit also tells survivors how they can get free treatment for conditions related to the attack.
To provide compassionate care and raise awareness to these 9/11 responders and survivors who are still suffering 22 years after 9/11.
The CDC says they want people to come away with a feeling of hope. If you're living with the ailments from 9/11 or you know someone who is, we'll have a link to the CDC's World Trade Center Health Program on our website. Christopher King, Fox 5 News.
We never forget.
President Biden marked the day at a military base in Anchorage, Alaska, while on his way home from the G20 summit. That's where he vowed to continue fighting terrorism and called on the nation to stay united.
It's more important than ever that we come together around the principle of American democracy, regardless of our political backgrounds.
Hours earlier, bells tolled as the names of all those lost were read at each memorial site, victims' families coming together to pray and remember.
It still feels a little bit haunting from that day.
Among those paying their respects in New York City, Vice President Kamala Harris. Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff paid his respects with a wreath laying in Shanksville. And First Lady Jill Biden also laying a wreath at the National 9/11 Pentagon Memorial. The Pentagon also releasing a giant American flag on the west side of the building to mark the day and honor the victims.
Petty Officer 3rd Class Jamie L. Follen.
22 years ago, hatred and terror did not win. It did not destroy America.
This evening, New York City will also continue their day of remembrance with the annual Tribute in Lights. Molly Line, Fox News.